Hi Aries, welcome to Intuitive Dreams 1111. My name is Jennifer and I'm here to do your reading. What I'd like to do is we have a full blue moon, which is actually a super moon, coming up on the end of this month, the 31st. So blue moons are rare events. So we always say once in a blue moon, right? Well, we want to find out what that once in a blue moon is for you coming up. Basically, what is your rare event? I will start off with higher self messages and see if we can find out what the rare event is for Aries. Tell us about Aries. What is this rare event? What's going to be rare? When you start, the path appears. So take a step in any direction. All right, Aries. So it looks like you will probably have a rare moment around actually realizing you can take a first step in any direction, okay? You can create any path you want. All it takes is for you to take that first step in any direction. You know how sometimes we always say, we don't know where to start. I don't know where to begin. It doesn't matter. You just pick a direction and take a step forward. Create your own path. And I think this is going to be a rare event for you. Where is this going to lead? Yeah? Spirit, tell us more about, hold on. Tell us about Aries and this new path. What is this new path all about? All right. We've got between the lines. And we have travel in reverse. Interesting. So clearly you're stuck between the lines of which path to go. With travel in the reverse, are we between the lines of moving towards a person or not moving towards a person? Or are we in between the lines of traveling somewhere in particular, maybe even possible moving, not sure if you should stay where you are, should you make that move? But with the travel in the reverse, it's more like, yeah, you're in between the lines, but you're stuck, right? Travel upright would be traveling, moving, going somewhere. In the reverse, you're stuck. And so that's why you need to just take a step in any direction. Just take a step. It doesn't mean you have to take full-on sprints and end up somewhere, Maybe do a little research, take a step in the right direction to do something that's going to create your path forward. All right, tell us more, please, Spirit. Yeah, so it looks like that rare event will be maybe you actually taking a step. I don't know how long you've been stuck between the lines on something. But this super full moon, blue moon's gonna help you kick your heels off, it sounds like. us more, please. Oh, we got some desire. Tell us more, please. Waves. We got a twin flame situation here. You know, these stories always come up around these full moons. I have to tell you, every time I'm doing any reading for around a full moon, or so it seems a full moon, it's around a significant change in the atmosphere, and I do believe it's full moons. So my gut feeling is we have two people here that emotions pick up and sexual desires pick up around full moons is kind of the feeling, because you know when you're around a full moon, you know, emotions peak, and then as you go on to the waning side of the moon, which is right, you know, as it's full, starting to go downhill, not downhill, but you know what I mean, on the other side, where it's, you know, you express gratitude, you know, you're thankful for what you have, but you know, working up to prior to the full moon is when things are chaotic, you know, people, you know, are not sure what's going on. There seems to be a lot of mistakes being made, or things just for some reason don't make sense. And that's because right before the full moon, that's where people are trying to kick their goals in gear. They have a little bit more energy. It's like a nesting. They're trying to get a bunch of things done. Full moon peaks, you know, people slow down, and you can almost feel like a breath taken out. And so I'm actually recording this, you know, before the full moon. So I'm doing this on the beginning side, where people are starting to make goals, set goals, things that they want to do, possibly, you know, take a path, step forward, maybe make a decision on where to go. But during the full moon, you're going to peak. So we've got two people here who feel the emotions around the full moon. It is a super moon, and it is a blue moon. It is that rare event. We have twin flames here that are obviously peaking. You know, the emotions are thick. I mean, she looks like she's like calling in some desire, perhaps, I think is how I'm actually seeing this. So, and it does not have to be a feminine, because when you have twin flames, you know, it could be feminine energy or masculine energy. So you'd have to decipher who's who in this situation, who's in their feminine energy. But they're definitely becoming, it's like putting off that scent, you know, like in the wild, right? Natural habitat, putting out pheromones. And so it's calling in the desire of the other twin flame. So who knows, maybe that's the rare event. Maybe this one person, you know, has not been calling in their, you know, other half sensually. I don't know. But somebody's, you know, in between the lines on which way to go. Right now, nobody's doing anything. Oh, isn't this going to be interesting? Why does this, God, it always comes out around these full moons. I'm telling you it does. Well, at this point, might as well pull out the yin yang oracle. Buckle up. Hopefully this isn't too long of a video, but the twin flames, it's such a, it is such a unique journey, and so many twists and turns. lot of chaos until, you know, both people can get to a point where they're, you know, they are healed enough to come together. So, all right, so let's get a little bit more. Tell us more about this desire. Tell us more about the desire, please. The Fool card on the side. Someone's stuck between being the Fool and not being the Fool. So one of the, I don't know which energy this is. I don't know. We'll see if we can, you know, Aries, it's the Aries card. So Aries, maybe it's you. Doesn't have to be, but it is your card. And so I am, you know, clarifying the desire. So it's almost like you're on the fence of, do I want to be a Fool and go forward and satisfy my lust and my sexual desire? So somebody, like I said, is putting off their pheromone, the scent, like a female would in the wild, and it's almost calling in their twin flame. The problem is you're on the fence, you know, because you do have to be careful if you both are not healed and you're calling this person in. You know, it is very intense when it comes to the passion in this relationship. So, you know, are you worried that it could be too much and then that's all it is? Or, you know, are you concerned that if you do see this person and in a passionate way, are you worried that this person's going to get hooked on you because that's all you are able to do currently in this relationship, situationship, is be there for the passion? And then it could just simply be, do you want to be the Fool, meet up with your twin flame, your other half, and take that complete journey the spiritual journey. But does it worry you? Does it worry you that it might be, you know, too fast? Like you're not ready. You can handle this passionately, but as far as the long haul, you know, are you up for that? So this could go many ways because, you know, at any given time you could be reading one person's energy versus the other. So it's, you know, and sometimes if you're mirroring each other, it's hard to tell. You can pull out these cards, but it could be the both of you feeling like that. So you can't tell who's who in the zoo. You know, that's why it's such a complicated, you know, situation for most people to read about or want to talk about. If they're not in one, they're truly not going to understand. Let me just give you an example. So I have tested this theory on and off on my own journey. I'm a Scorpio. I have 2 placements in Scorpio. My moon is Gemini. So what are we about? We're all about the investigation. We're all about, you know, learning and understanding things, wanting the facts. So I have tested things out with my other half. And I'll just give you one example was, and this was not too long ago. This was probably within the last 6 months, I would say. I know he has really bad indigestion at times. So I had really, really bad indigestion, and it was just really weird because it was like something told me to just send him a text and ask him, are you having indigestion? You know? And normally I wouldn't ask something like that, but for some reason I was just guided to ask it. So I thought, all right, so I'm supposed to find out the truth about something. So I did. I sent him a text. And so instead of me saying I had indigestion, I had to ask the question to make sure I got an honest answer out of him too, right? So in that way he wouldn't know why I was asking. So I had asked him, hey, do you have indigestion? And he texted back, he said, no, but I've had hiccups all day. So what I'm trying to help people understand is there are so many different ways to know if somebody truly is your twin flame. And now I'm going to tell you, for a lot of people that think they are in one, they're not. This is an extremely, extremely rare connection that just isn't common, you know, and this is why the spiritual community, and here we go again, twin flames, right on the split, with manifest. Yeah, manifesting, moving, somebody's, you know, manifesting the other one, I think, or you two might be manifesting each other, I don't know. But, so anyway, back to the story, I needed to test it. So basically, what people need to understand is you feel each other. It's not just, you know, telepathically or when you're sleeping, you know, dreams, you know, you can literally feel each other's happiness. You can feel each other's sadness. And there's been other stories because I had to test it for when him and I didn't know each other. But when I was in my 20s and he was in, so if he was in his like late 20s, I was in my early to mid 20s. So I would, you know, pay attention to things that had happened. We both have a lot of the similar stories, but just so you guys understand, you can feel each other. So if one is starting to feel passionate, wanting some of that, you know, touch, the other person is going to have some sensations about that, and they're going to feel that as well. No different than I felt something going on with my chest. Heartburn. I just was like, dang, I got heartburn. Well, he had hiccups. So, you know, and, you know, it's just, you have to test it out, right? If you're feeling a certain way, you're going to want to have a conversation with your person to talk about it, to know if it truly is. All right. So tell us more about, give me more about freedom, the Fool here. Ace of Water, healing. Someone is healing in this situation. They're still between the lines, you know, they're still should I, shouldn't I. And it might be both of you in your own way doing the should I, shouldn't I. I want to, I don't know. Yeah, see, I'm getting a lot of chills right now. You guys really would like to renew your love, okay? But there's obviously some things that has happened in the past. And so I think one person wants to make sure the other one is healing, or at least, you know, somewhat healed. spying in the reverse. Page of Swords. You know what it is? You two, with the Page of Swords in reverse, the spying card from the Yin Yang Oracle, how I feel is it's like if you two are watching each other, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm just going to be straight up, twin flames watch each other, and if y'all want to call it spying, creepy, or whatever, again, it is a relationship not everybody understands. There is creepy spying, and then there's just, just giving that eye, like, what you doing? How's it going? Checking on them. When you don't see them or hear from them or talk to them, it is very difficult. So you have a tendency to try and check up on each other. And my guess is there's, a lot of dreams between the two of you. You're probably communicating in the dreams, and this is why you're both feeling on the fence about trying to make a go at it or not. But you two do watch each other, and it's not in a creepy way. It's a, I miss you. Are you still out there? Are you okay? Because at the end of the day, it is your other half of your soul. You feel what they feel. They feel what you feel. So if you're feeling sad and down, you're automatically going to be concerned if your other half is. Whether you two are not talking, in separation, if you've had a spat, anything like that, okay? You still care enough about each other to make sure they're okay, right? Until you both do talk again. And it's not if you will talk again, it is you will talk again. Somebody will give in if one's not talking. Now, in my situation, I always gave in. I was always the one making the first move because that's just how I am. I'm an overgiver. So I've learned to just not overgive so much and just let, if he doesn't want me to check on him, then I'm not going to check on him. If he wants to let me know something now, I'll wait and just let him come to me, right? Because I've always been the one to be the nice one, the vulnerable one. And so I'm just kind of like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. So whoever this is, it's probably the same thing. You're probably still keeping an eye on them energetically, but you're not not watching as much. You still keep the eye, it's just not as much. And you two are still trying to figure each other out because you have to remember, not both people are spiritual. It usually is one person that kicks off the spiritual journey first, and then it triggers the other person into their journey. So, interesting. So it's not creepy. I think you both are very nervous and you've been in separation and you're trying to figure out, South Node. Yeah, so one or both of you are in your South Node and you're just too comfortable. So my guess is whoever is the one that is always used to having the other person check up on them, make sure they're okay. If that's stopped, well, then that person's stopped making it easy for the other person who's used to just having somebody check up on them. They don't have to reach out, They just know like clockwork, this person will eventually reach out. Well, if they don't, they're stuck in their comfort zone, their South Node, and that's something they're going to need to get out of because right now they're feeling it. So if there is no communication right now, well, it's making it very uncomfortable for somebody to have to do something new that they're not used to. And that might simply mean reaching out to the other twin flame, soulmate, you know, however you want to call it. I know everybody has their own views. So anyway, tell me more about these twin flames, Spirit. Tell us more. Release. 8 of Cups. Well, yeah, one or both of you. Yeah, we have the 6 of Wands. 8 of Cups, 6 of Wands. So one or the both of you what? No, actually, I take that back. One of you surrendered to trying to bring this relationship together. You decided you were just going to leave it alone and stop opening up emotionally to the other person because obviously you probably didn't get much back. And you may have been bound to expectations, thinking, okay, I'm opening up to you emotionally. I tell you, you know, I want to be with you. I tell you, I want you to come over. I'm the one trying to invite you out. You know, it's always you. Making this connection stay together. And so you being such an overgiver, which I understand because I've been in the same boat, you had expectations that that would come back to you. And so everybody has free will. So if this person isn't in a healed state to where they can appreciate things that you were doing for them, you know, then they are going to be in their ego, and sit tight and just wait because you've always done everything. Or your person, take it how it resonates. I'm just saying this is your reading, so I'm just saying you, but please place both, you know, energies where it belongs to your situation. Interesting. So who's going to switch decks? So who's going to reach out? Tell us about this. Who's going to reach out to the other person? Or is this, you know? I mean, who's going to reach out? I guess that would be the same thing. Who's going to reach out? Is anybody going to reach out? You know? What's going to happen? High Priestess, we got, well, yeah, of course we've got some intuition going, strong intuition, because you both, you know, to be in a twin flame connection, there is a very strong 5D connection. You're automatically spiritual. Uh-oh. 10 of Cups in reverse. And we have the Hierophant. Yeah, so we've got a lot of spiritual energy here. So whoever the high priestess is, I'm just going to call it the feminine energy, because then we have the Hierophant, it's masculine. So place parties, just because I'm saying the high priestess, that can very easily be the masculine in this situation. So again, place it where it fits. So whoever the divine feminine is fully aware that the other twin hides secrets, okay? They're not as open, probably, as you are. And that's probably one of their characteristics that they need to work on as part of the twin flame journey. So they're just very private. They're not very open. You know this, okay? Because you wouldn't be the high priestess if you didn't. You already know this about the other person. It's hurtful. It bothers you, and it's hurtful that your other twin flame is not on the path you are. Now, I don't get the feeling that you're manipulative about it. I think it's just, you're just disappointed because you know what this path is already. You've already experienced how this path is, and you really would like your twin to experience it. However, they are on the fence. They're in between the lines. They don't know. They're stuck between the passion with you and taking the actual spiritual journey. You want both. Who wouldn't? I mean, I don't know about you, but me personally, being a Scorpio, double Scorpio, yeah, I want all of it. Like, I want everything there is to have in that relationship. And so does the high priestess. You can't blame her. She wants all of it. But right now, she's just a little sad. She's just a little disappointed because the other half has not decided to take that journey. They're still stuck on the passion. So, that in itself will create a stalemate between twin flames. So that's where we're at, free will, but one is upset. So let's see. I'm trying to think. I mean, I don't know if we're going to get any more. What are some final messages for this? Right? Because I want to know, is the event, the rare event that this is going to come to a head around that time? Is it already starting to, you know what? No. We're going to switch, that's right. We're going to switch to our timing cards. Godspeed. All right, Spirit, tell us. Is there going to be any action? When is the reconnection of these two? Right, because it'll go either way, right? You're going to reconnect. There's no doubt about it that you're going to reconnect. We're going to check the timing factor just out of curiosity. But the question here is, in this situation, is, Are you two going to come together in a passionate, physical, sexual way along with the spiritual journey? Or is it going to be the high priestess that's like, okay, we can go in for passion. I don't know if that's really how, but that's free will. It could go either way. Anything can happen at any time. But one of these two is going to happen. But what I want to know is, when is this going to happen? Spirit, when are these two going to come into connection again? Yeah, there's not a bit of sense in digging in deeper to find out where we are now, because it's free will. It can change at any point. Because right now, if they're on the fence, they're both thinking very closely along the same lines. But it's like a tight race, right? You get closer to the finish line, anything can happen. One can veer off into the other direction quickly while the other one, pulls the brakes, and it could not happen. So my question is, even though we don't know which way this is going to go, when are these two going to be in contact again? When are these two twin flames coming together again? June. So we've already had June. So this is possibly next June. So we just had June. So we're looking at possibly another year. Now, if you're watching this 6 months from now, then, just know that it'll be, the June coming up as it's closer. So it all depends on, time's fluid, and these journeys can happen at any time. There could have been some sort of reconnection already in this past June, but I'm not getting that feeling. I'm getting the feeling that this could definitely be by next June. Let's see. And that's, what? Let me get another one in case there's more that are going through this right now. I don't know why I'm getting called to that. Damn, next week? Whoa, we've got some that could be coming into a union next week, right? And then some of you're going to have to wait till June. So, big difference. But I was going to say, I kept feeling like some of this could be closer around the corner. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and pull another one, because it did feel like there could possibly be another one. Well, I think that's all we're going to get. I don't know. I would say, possibly a part 2 on this one, but I'm not even going to bother, because I'm doing all 12 signs. So if any of these twin flames, either one of you has a diverse chart, I guarantee you we're going to see more of this come out as I do these readings around the full moon. So there's no sense in doing a second part, because I could be wrong, but it seems to happen every full moon. There will be other signs I pull that one or the both of you have in your chart. So we'll get more of this story as I do these rare event blue moons, okay? All right, much love and light. I hope this was helpful. Please also check out the other sign placements as I do them, just to check on this to see if you get any other information. Please hit the like button. It does help grow the channel, so much appreciated. If you want to share, comment, like, even subscribe, help out, help spread the algorithms and get the messages out to who they need to get out to. All right, much love and light. I will talk to you soon.